So it's just a normal standing start as normal. It's a normal standing start. So let's see, as you can see there is DR and SR, which is all those ratings on your screen. So basically DR is driver rating. So within the game that gives you points based on how fast you are, how consistent you are, and you know, basically your all-round driving performance. But that does not include the sportsmanship part of things. The SR is sportsmanship ranking. So into turn one we go. Yosos gets the whole shot. A bit of contact here. Looks like in the mirror there, Fast Fossil, Alvain Steenkamp does get taken out. They're not sure about who or what happened. So we have Yosos first, Sav in second, Ryan Hurd, the ex-chairman, in third, Malankan in fourth, and Theo, who was our pole sitter, in fifth position. So not sure what happened to him, but he needs to definitely make up some places, get in the zone there. Ian Cotwell is in sixth, seventh Rian Wust, and eighth the Bandit TCW. Going through the chicane, we see Ryan Hurd only 0.6 behind us. Yosos is starting to pull a little bit of a gap, up to 1.6 seconds. He got a very good exit over there, 1.7 seconds. Oh, in the back, I think we see Ryan Hurd, who got dive bombed by someone. Not sure what happened there. But yeah, there was a bit of contact. Not sure what happened. Theo is back up to fourth, and like we said, he needs to start making up positions because at the front end, Yosos is starting to get away. Ooh, there's big battles going on behind us here. Theo looks like he dive bombed his way into third place. Good clean move, no contact. So the battle for third place at the moment is Theo, Ryan, and Malankan. So those three drivers battling out for the podium, the last podium position, should I say. And like we said earlier, this is a very long race, so you know, there is no need to go for stupid, crazy moves. As we see Theo getting very out of shape there in turn one. So Ryan Hurd does take him back on the inside. Just to clarify for all the viewers, Yosos is Renier Haramsa, just in case you're wondering. So great performance from him so far. Renier is honestly doing a very good job. He's managed to pull out a 3-second lead. So great job from him. So we are 1.4 seconds up on this lap. Obviously we still have that penalty, but it's not imperative to serve it now. As it does go down as the race continues, as the game picks up that you are trying to serve that penalty, which is not always accurate, but you know, it is what it is. It's the same for everyone. So yeah, there's lots of drivers asking for Bentleys to be added into this game, and I do agree with them. I think that they would definitely be a good addition to the game. So a rundown of the order: we have Yosos Renier Haramsa in first place, Sav in second, Theo 46 CSL or Theo in third, Ryan Hurd in fourth, Ian Cotwell in fifth, Malankan in sixth, Bandit TCW in seventh, and Hidden Bot or Darren Winterpool in eighth place. To clear it up one more time, sixth Malankan is Yako Malan. So Sav has actually brought the gap down to first place. Just was briefly under 3 seconds over there, but it has now again increased slightly. So at least we're keeping them, we're keeping Renier at bay. And behind we see Theo taking out about half a second to 0.7 of a second on the last lap. So good job from him, but he is running a lot slower than his race pace. I mean his qualifying pace, should I say, as he qualified on a 154.9. So definitely is work for him to do. What is very good and encouraging to see is that the guys have made substantial improvements from the last race. As we see Renier doing a 155.2 and Theo qualifying on a 154.9, which is basically pool 1 times. Most of the guys in pool 1 are doing, you know, half 54s. So great job from these guys. Personal best lap here for Sav, 156.0, so good job from him, as Theo puts in the fastest lap of the race, so 155.2. So as we said, it's, you know, that half a second to 0.7, 0.8 of a second every lap, and that's exactly what you need. You need to be consistent, and you just eat away at the gap slowly but surely. 9 laps of this race remaining, so there is still plenty of time for many moves to be made. Looks like Stefano Martinelli is up to 7th place, so great job from him. And Carlos, or the Bandit TCW, up to 5th, so well done to him. As we have Darren Winterbull, or Hidden Bot BTW, still in a consistent 8th place. Like we said, it is only his second virtual race, and as I say that, he gets overtaken by Albane Steenkamp, or Fast Fossil 73, who is also new to the sim racing scene. So great job and great spirit by these guys, you know, to join us and to provide some entertainment. I'll just be stopping commentary for 2 minutes quickly. I'll be back as soon as I can. Okay, so back with the action, we see Theo 46 CSL close down the gap to Sav quite drastically in the last few laps. Sav was 1 second slower on his last lap, so I'm not too sure what happened there. Maybe 1 or 2 mistakes, but that is part of the game. As Yosos has increased his lead, Renier had himself to almost 6 seconds. So great consistent laps from him. He's doing a very good job at the moment. It does appear that Ryan Bird in 4th place has a decent gap to Steph in 5th. It looks like Steph and Carlos, the Bandit, are fighting it out for that 5th place spot, as we see them on the left hand side of the standings, swapping positions quite often. And Jaco Milan in 7th and Albane Steenkamp in 8th. So here within 1 second, using that slipstream to his advantage. Very very good through the chicane there to both drivers. Very close to the wall. I have made that mistake myself actually. When I was racing with Julian, one of the other racers, I was leading the race and I came around the corner and hit square into that pit entry, and I lost about 5 or 6 positions. So not ideal, not ideal. And Julian's just telling me now he also hit that. I think, you know, everyone who plays sim racing probably could relate to our story. You know, as you play and experiment more and you know, push limits, that does tend to happen. So Theo is getting very out of shape. Very out of shape in third place behind us. But it looks like we have a good battle on our hands here. And it looks like Renier Harmsa has made a mistake, as he has lost almost 1.5 seconds so far this lap. So pity we couldn't see. So basically, at the moment, a mistake there from Sav as Theo gets past. So as I was saying, basically at the moment, position 1, 2 and 3, that would be Yosos, Theo 46 CSL and Sav, who's racing under my SN name, will move up to pool 1 at this stage. And the bottom 3, unfortunately, I can't tell you who they are at the moment, will move down to pool 3. So that is the new rule that we have come up with, like I said, to ensure that we have fair racing across the board and that we have a deserving champion at the end of it. In terms of points, the pool 1, so pool 1, pool 2 and pool 3, the winners, and so basically the people placed 3rd to 8th will get the same amount of points. So if you finish 3rd, pool 2 or 3, you will get 10 points, and that will be the same positions 1st to 8th. So we did this to allow everyone to have a chance to win the overall championship that we will always be running. It doesn't matter, you know, whether you are fast, whether you are slow, whether you are new to the game, old to the game. We want you to come here to have fun and have a chance at fighting out for that championship. So we have tried to make it as fair as possible. And yeah, so that is how that will be working. Obviously, all this information has been communicated to the drivers. As Sav picks up a 1.5 second penalty there, I think it might have been for that turn 3, if I'm not mistaken, of putting all 4 wheels off the track. Theo now on a charge, 154.8 from him. So it does look like pool 1 is inevitable for him. He has pulled a 2.5 second lead to us, and he's catching Renier in 1st place. Someone give me the gap there between 1st and 2nd? Anyone? Unfortunately, we don't have that gap, but judging by the mini-map, it is most probably... Oh, there we go. If we look at the distance, we see Renier entering the chicane and Theo just coming around this right-hand sweep. So most probably in the region of about 3.5 to 4 seconds. So cutting the chicane there again. I wouldn't be surprised if we pick up a penalty for that. There we go. So 2.4. So what happens is if you do not get rid of your penalty time that is showing up on the screen, the time that is on the screen as a penalty will be added to your final race time. So as it stands, 2.2 seconds, if Ryan Hurd in 4th place can get within 2.2 seconds of Sav, then he will in fact take 3rd place ahead of him. So you basically you cannot escape the penalty. Once you have it, you either have to serve it or it will be served to you at the end of the race. So the gap staying fairly similar between 2nd and 3rd place now. 56.2 the last lap from Sav, and Theo did not improve on his 54.8. Judging by the difference in the gap, I would imagine Theo did a half 55, which is still a very good lap time, but he needs to start pushing quite hard now in order to close that gap to Ranieri first. Passing through that split, we are 0.2 down on our personal best lap, so that is considered as being quite consistent. Usually if you can lap within be considered consistent, but obviously it doesn't help to do it once. You obviously need to try your best to do it every single lap. As talking about lap times, your source puts in the fastest lap of the race at 154.4. In fact, that is faster than the qualifying pole position in qualifying, so very good lap from him. Looks like he is on the charge. And as you see, Sav running a bit wide over those green curves. In Gran Turismo Sport, which is the platform that we are running, those curves are extremely slippery. So with traction control off, which is the fastest way to drive in this game, but obviously the least consistent, those curbs, as you get on them and you try apply the throttle, you will do a 360. There is two different types of curbs. There is the lighter green, which is basically the one that we are coming up to now. That was the previous corner. Excuse me. The lighter green ones, like as we can see here on the left now, are actually not as slippery. You can use them, but the darker green are the ones that you definitely do want to avoid, because it's like a type of astroturf. And obviously the grass goes without saying. If you go there, you are definitely going to come up second. So rundown of your order, we have your source in first, here in second, here for the 6CSL, Sav Gauteng in third, again racing for Ryan Hurd in fourth place, Stefano Martinelli in fifth, Alvin Steenkamp in sixth, Carlos Freire of the Bandit in seventh, and Ian Cockball in eighth. So good job from all the guys. It seems like this race did have a lot fewer incidents than the first round, which is good to see. I've just been informed now that Pool 3 has definitely had their fair share of incidents. So we might have to look into a few of those, even though it is very hard to police. But we will have a look and see what, you know. At the end of the day, all we want to do is, you know, promote fair racing. And you know, obviously, if guys are intentionally bumping and pushing people off the track, then that is obviously what we want to avoid. We want clean races. And, you know, in the world of sim racing, it seems that your biggest issue when going into a race is not having. Because you know, in the real world, our biggest issue is you know, hoping that our cars don't break. But for the sim races, it's hoping that you don't have an accident, which is these guys put in a lot of practice and a lot of hours on the simulator, and you know, a lot of first-time sim races, we have disabled mechanical damage and obviously physical damage. Yeah, but it is off anyway. So that is our best way of countering that. Unlike the Solidarity E-Race, which was last night, where damage was enabled, And if you guys did watch that, my car was damaged in the second race, as I had a few incidents with some of it. It is not as much as possible. So it seems like Yosos is actually pulling quite a gap at the front. He is extending his lead on Theo. That is Renier saying first. That gap seems to be up at about 7 seconds, if my maths is correct. So yeah, 7 seconds up at the front end, and then 5 seconds to Theo, who's just entered the first left sweep. So good job from these guys. The gap behind is 10 seconds to Ryan Earth. And as we can see, if we glance to the side, as you reach the full laps, have some very consistent laps here from Sab. As I was talking about that consistency, there's you know, mainly 56s, which is what you want. Obviously, that 58 is far from ideal, but you know, mistakes are there to be made. But that is only one lap, so most of the laps have been very quick, all in the 56s. And that only comes with practice. Obviously, Sav has practiced in the real world, not really much on a simulator. But I suppose that this is probably the best you can get. Not sure if this lap will be a 56, we'll have to see. No, it is 56.9, so very consistent driving here. He also extends his lead by a second to us in third place. And I think the gap has stayed the same between first and second. So at this stage of the race, the top three that will be moving up seem to be fairly determined, even though there is still 3 laps left. Obviously, it's one corner, you know, for an incident. So it does look like Renier, Harmsa, Theo and Sav will be racing in Pool 1 as of next week, which will be the next round. And obviously the bottom 3, that obviously I can't see them now at the moment, but they will be, fortunately, dropping down to Pool 3. But I suppose it's actually not, unfortunately, because like we said, we want everybody to end up racing where they belong. And yeah. There's like another good lap coming up here. Another important thing to mention is that obviously many of the guys do not actually have a simulator or a rig or a steering wheel and pedals. Most of the guys are playing also on controller. Which is, yes, it is definitely very difficult to use a controller, especially if you aren't used to it, but obviously it is equally as difficult to use a rig. Many guys think that aspect cars to turbos doesn't always you know, result in lap time. Okay, it's okay. It's alright. So it seems like at the front end, Theo hasn't been able to eat away at that gap. he hasn't been able to eat away at that gap to René Adams. So he made a break in the beginning, and he made it count. He put in some consistent lap times, and he's doing very well. So a very early apex there from Sab, which is not ideal for that corner, because you do want to get the best exit you possibly can. And there is the first 157. So the first sort of inconsistent lap for the last, let's give or take the last 8-9 laps. Second last lap here. Great driving from all these guys. This is the pool with most of the real racing drivers. So to give you an indication of how the points will work, René Adams saying first will get 10 points. Theo 46 CSL will get 8 points, Sav will get 6, Ryan Hurd will get 5 points, Elvain Steenkamp will get 4, Stefano Martinelli will get 3, Ian Cotwell 2, and the Bandit or Carlos Freire will get 1. So that is how the points will be working. But obviously it's easy to police that way. The less complicated we make it, obviously the better. So the leader coming up to a bit of traffic. The leaders are coming up to a bit of traffic. If we look on the mini map, as René Adams will start the final lap, and yeah, so we are into the final lap. So the race wasn't as long as the races at Spa. Obviously the circuit is a lot shorter, give or take about 20 seconds a lap. So obviously it all makes a difference, and big respect to the guys using controller to race a 30-minute race. It's definitely not easy. So Theo losing quite a bit of time. I gather he must have made a mistake somewhere. But that cost him 1.5 seconds. Luckily he has been putting in those consistent laps and has managed to pull a gap. So he gives himself that cushion. Just that, you know, you 2 or 3 laps from the end. As we see Darren Winterboer doing a 360 there, it seems. So pity for him. We did see that he is in 13th place. So he will be moving down a pool. So that is unlucky for him that he had to have basically a spin on the last lap. But otherwise, great race from everybody. As your source, or René Adams, is in the final chicane, making his way to the last corner. As he comes into the front straight. He takes the flag, so a big well done to René there. Great driving from him. And well done to Theo, who comes across in second, as we pick up another 1 second penalty for crossing the line. And Sav comes across the line in third. Good recovery from him and most of the guys. Ryan Hurd in fourth, Elvain Steenkamp fifth, Ian Cotwell sixth, Carlos Freire seventh, Stefano Martinelli eighth, Jaco Milan ninth, Chris Budnick 10th, TH Bouya 11th, Rian Woest in 12th, and Darren Winterboer in 13th. So in the places 11th, 12th and 13th will be moving down next week. So they will be in Pool 3. Obviously only the top 8 will score points. So that will be from René Harmse to Stefano Martinelli. So well done on those guys for scoring their first points. Good job from them. And as we see that gap at the front, 8.6 seconds, so René definitely put in some very good laps there. And as I was mentioning about that, the penalty, as you see next to Sav's total time there, you see plus 18 seconds and it's in red, and next to it you'll see plus 3 seconds. So if you do not serve your penalty, then your time will get added at the end of the race, like I did say. And we can see the same for Carlos in 8th. Seems like there has been a change up. Steph seems to have made up one place, so he's actually in 7th, and Carlos actually finished 8th. So well done to everyone. That was a good race. Seemed fairly clean. The Pool 3 race also is completed, so well done to those guys. There was some incidents there, so we'll have to attend to those and see what we can do. Thank you for joining us for Pool 2. The second round of our Bridgestone BMW CCG SIM Challenge. We really appreciate all the support and everybody watching, and we look forward to the Pool 1 race tomorrow night, which will definitely be action-packed. As I said, there will be a stream on the BMW Car Club YouTube channel, which one of the drivers from tonight will stream for us, and my stream will be available from our point of view, as was tonight, obviously. So a big thank you to everyone for joining us. A big thank you to Lee for hosting Pool 3 for me. I really appreciate the help. And yeah, thank you guys. And catch you tomorrow night. Cheers.